Hi, this is Linda with the Life Station Express, the relay station, and we bring the news to you. I just wanted to give a little bit of an update as far as my health journey, and I know that is part of what my YouTube channel is about, and it's also about my faith journey. So this one's going to be a little bit about my health journey and what I've been doing to correct some of the things that have happened in my body throughout my lifetime. And I've talked a lot about that, so I'm not going to go into that today, but what I wanted to share with you is that annually I go to have the carotid arteries in my neck. They listen to them. It's called a Doppler test. They listen to them. And yesterday I had that done again. And I wanted to share just a little bit about that. And I haven't gone to the vascular surgeon yet. He will look at those results and then he'll tell me what he thinks. So, I haven't gone there yet. That's upcoming, and I'll let you know what he says. So I think this is very important, especially for people my age. Not only that, but for people that are younger, because what is going on in my body not only has to do with my genetics, which part of it does, but it also has to do with what we take in. And when I first went to the vascular surgeon, he told me in no uncertain terms, it doesn't matter what you eat. It doesn't matter. Your genetics play the biggest role in this as far as how your body is affected by inflammation, why you have blockages in your arteries. Now, other people have blockages in other places in their bodies. My husband had to get stents in his heart because he had blockages there. And that's just, he's diabetic, and a lot of times people with diabetes get blockages in their legs and in their heart. They also checked his carotid arteries, which I think are fine at this point. So that's not where the blockages collect. But I wanted to say, I grew up a child, I was born in 55, grew up in the 60s and 70s. And throughout that whole time, we know we were raised on the SAD, Standard American Diet, which is SAD, Standard American Diet, the SAD diet. And we have since learned since then that we who have grown up on margarine, Crisco, Wesson oil, low fat, high sugar, high carbohydrate diets are paying the penalty now. We are paying the penalty. The people my age, 40s, 50s, and 60s, 70s, we are paying the price for being, well, I don't want to say indoctrinated, but part of it is, but that's just the way it was. That's what we were given. That's what everybody had. That's what our mothers and our grandmothers, when our grandmothers, my grandmother's age, switched over from using lard, tallow, bacon grease, other things in cooking, we saw this rise in heart attacks. We saw other things happening. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. I just wanted to share a little bit about, I went to have my carotid arteries looked at again. They do a Doppler test, and it's I guess like a sonogram. They listen. So I went yesterday. I go annually since I had a small stroke almost 3 years ago. And the last time I went, my vascular surgeon said, the first time I went, he said, it doesn't matter what you eat, what you do, it's just the way it is. And I'm like, really? Okay, I'm up for the challenge. So anyway, 6 months after I started low carb eating and switched out the sugar, switched out the bread, the rice, pasta, stopped eating those things. 6 months after I stopped doing that, I had the second test, and he said, whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because there's no new buildup in your carotid arteries. Now, the right side is totally occluded. The left side is the one they're watching, because the right side is where something came off and went to my brain, caused a small stroke. I lost some movement in my hand. I lost some movement in my face. I still have a little paralyzation in the back of my mouth. Sometimes I can't speak correctly when I'm trying to say certain sounds, like S's don't always come out correctly. But anyway, it's because my tongue is just a little bit paralyzed yet, because whatever veins took over for the ones that got blocked in my brain on my left side, affected my left side, I guess they've done the best they can. So I'm very thankful that I wake up every morning walking and talking, because I know what having a stroke looks like. My mother and my grandmother both had them. So this is why it's so serious to me. And I believe there is something you can do other than just having those genetics. You know, some of us are fat, some of us are skinny, some of us are tall, some of us are short. Some of us collect our fat on the inside like I do, like my husband does. Some of us collect our fat on the outside like other people do. And it all has to do with sugar, carbohydrates, and inflammation. Bottom lining it. But I wanted to say, yesterday I went to have my carotids looked at again. And while the person that was doing it, she did the right one first, then she did the left one. While she was doing the right one, she said, "Did you say that your right side was totally occluded?" Which means it's clogged. They can't do anything about it. They can't clean it out. It's just the way it is. It's totally clogged. I said, "Yeah, that's what they've told me." And she said, "I'm going to do this again." So she did the test again, and apparently something's going on over here. And it was so neat, because I'm not going to say anything else that she said, because we kept it confidential for her sake. But anyway, her observance was, I need to do this again and really check it. So we did have a little conversation about, I said, well, I've gone low carb, and it's been a year and a half now, and I'm really looking to see what happens, because for me this is preventative, totally preventative on my part, and to me it's totally worth it to give up the sugar, the breads, the pastas, and the seed oils to keep my health for as long as I live, however long that's going to be. And so I'm just giving you that little update, because it kind of was like, I haven't had the vascular surgeon look at the results yet. I'll be going there shortly, but I'm interested to see what he has to say this time, since his thought the first time I saw him was, there's nothing you can do to change this, your diet's not going to matter, it's all genetics, to the second time I told him, and he said, "Oh, well, keep up what you're doing," because he knew a little bit. I told him a little bit. It was 6 months into keto. So this time it's been a year and a half just about into keto. So I'm really interested to see what he has to say. And boy, oh boy, I'm telling you, if this is something that can help us, I mean, any of us that have vascular issues, again, too, everybody wanted me on a statin. I did go on it for like 2 months, and I took myself off. I'm like, I do not need a statin, because statins, there's just not good news about a statin. It takes the fat from your brain, and boy, we need all the help in our brain we can get. My brain needs help. My brain needs to stay functioning well. And so I never went on a statin, which all of GP, cardiologist, vascular surgeon, they all want you on a statin. Everybody wants you on a statin. And I hope soon that that's going to change, because there's so much more information coming out about how they are or can be detrimental to your health in other areas, and that maybe we don't need a statin, because our body makes the cholesterol for a reason. If the body is making cholesterol for a reason, and there's plaque in your arteries, then there's inflammation. And the inflammation is exactly what your body's trying to fight, because that's what attacks your body and makes you sick. So there's inflammation of all kinds of diseases. You can take the trail back, it's inflammation. So if we keep from eating foods that inflame our body, such as carbohydrates, seed oils, I really miss potatoes. I'm telling you, I did have a couple fries the other day just because I wanted to, and it was okay, but it's not worth my health to eat some French fries. So just wanted to share that with you. I'll let you know how it goes. I don't want to keep this long. But anyway, it was kind of interesting when she said, "Oh, I need to do this test again and see." So there's something happening. There's something going on. So I just wanted to share that right now. And I'll get back to you when I go see the vascular surgeon to see what happens next. All right, this is Linda with the Life Station Express. the saga continues. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being with me. I appreciate it so much. If anybody wants to talk with me about this, send me a message in the comments, either Facebook or YouTube. That's where I'll put this. So I appreciate you. And this is another cloudy day. We had a great, sunny, hot weekend. It almost felt like summer. I was loving it. Today we're back to a little bit of clouds, and I'm wearing long sleeves, long pants, but I have my flip-flops, so it's that kind of day. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot, everyone. Bye-bye.